Hello there, Croeso and welcome. I'm Shadow Lemmax and I'm here on Deep Rock Galactic to go through to do a mission guide for the Industrial Sabotage mission type. The missions that are part of Season 1 of the Deep Rock Galactic Season Pass. They're going to hang around when Season 2 starts. And I wanted to go through it because the Miner's Manual doesn't quite explain everything you need to. So the first thing you'll need to do is that you're going to need to find the data vault that you're going to be raiding. You're going to have to travel a bit into the cave, and what you're looking for is one of the dirt areas that will usually lead you to another cave section. And one of the main tricks of Deep Rock Galactic, and I say tricks, it's one of the keys to, one of the difficulties of the game is finding your way around. It's not really the enemies that cause you problems, it's finding your way around. And you're looking for that dirt area, and if you check your map, you'll usually see that it'll lead you to an adjacent cave. And there is always a rhyme and a reason to these procedurally generated caves. There is a pattern to each mission type that you go into, so it's good to learn how these levels are laid out. Once you follow your way through the cave, you'll eventually get to the data vault in question. And this is where the Miner's Manual will tell you got stage 1, which is locate the power stations. Follow the power lines from the data vault to the power stations. Here are the power lines in question. And if you look around, you'll see that they lead off into another part of the cave. And you'll follow this for a certain distance. It's always random depending on the cave length and cave complexity. And eventually they will split off, and you'll have to go separate way to find the power stations in question. Always good to check your map, keep track of where you've gone, because you'll have to make your way back here, and you'll have to make your way back to the power cables when they split, and you have to do each power station. So once they split and you've located where each cable goes, pick one, doesn't really matter, and just start following it. Make sure to clear any pesky enemies that may be causing you problems. Got a sniper turret here. Always good to just get rid of these. There's Bosco there. And notice I'm doing this solo. So I've got Bosco here helping me out. And one of the reasons I like the gunner when I'm playing solo is that next to the scout, it is the easiest to travel around the map. But just in case anyone does join me, I have got these zip lines up so people can follow me around and get to me easy enough. But I'll follow now the power cable, collecting some nitra on the way, because you will need to be restocking yourself multiple times in this mission type. And here is the power station, and we get to stage 2 to call in the hacking pod, which is simple enough. Just go up to the power station, call down the hacking pod. The game says it will land nearby. This is roughly true, but because of the procedurally generated nature of the caves, nearby could be in a nearby but separate cave section. So be aware of that. Use L1, or it's L1 at least on the PlayStation, to get your tracker out so you can locate a hacking pod. And then it'll be a case of connecting the dots, as I like to think of it, but you're putting the dots there yourself. You'll have to connect the hacking pod to the power station by connecting the nodes. You can get the transmitter nodes from the hacking pod, and you just place them where you can in a vague line going to the power station, but they do need line of sight. Even just little bits of terrain can block the signal, so you've got to at least make sure that they can see each other. You'll get a green outline showing you the range of the power nodes, so you can put them as, so you don't have to stack them so close. You know what your range is, you know what will be out of range. And then it is just a case of sort of rinse and repeat. I'll speed up the next section because I said it's just doing the same thing, connecting them all in a line until eventually you've got the hacking station connected to the power station. After that, it's just a case of activating the hacking station. Make sure you're stocked and ready to go. And then you'll just need to defend the hacking station from waves of enemies. Sometimes it can maybe overwhelm you, especially when you're on solo. I'm doing this only on hazard level 3, but it's still tricky enough that I can't just do it seamlessly. So in this defense section, there'll be a few times where the hacking station gets knocked down. But don't worry about it too much. Eventually you'll just clear the enemies and then you'll be able to restart it, and the process will just carry on from where it left off. So I'll let you see me deal with this wave of enemies, and we'll get back once the hacking has finished.
We got bogeys on the hacking drone. Hacking has been interrupted. Get whatever is attacking the drone off it. Hacking drone resuming hack.
Never felt better.
Keep the hacking drone secure. Hacking drone under attack. As long as there's bugs beating it up, do something.
You gotta restart the hacking drone ASAP.
Hack commencing. That's it for the first power station. One more, and we can take down the force field.
So the hacking drone has finished its job, and now it's a case of making our way back to where the power lines originally split, so we can make our way to the second power station. This is a pretty long mission. It can take a good long while, and this is why one of the most difficult things in Deep Rock Galactic is finding your way around the levels. And this is a mission type where you need to know your way around, you need to remember where you've been, where you come from, and where you're going. If you lose track of where you are, that's when things can quite easily go wrong. And we make our way here now, following the second power line. Always trying to keep track of the power line. Make sure I don't lose sight of it. Just make your way carefully, because it'll be quite easy in some of the caves just to come across a sheer drop. And then it is just a case of rinse and repeat. Call in the hacking drone, find where it is, and then connect the hacking drone to the power station. But this time, we've started to get some backup. Fellow dwarves have joined me in my Industrial Sabotage, and this next hacking drone will go a lot smoother. This game is very much designed to be played as a team with others, and you'll see now how much easier this wave is.
The hack has begun. Protect the pod while it does its magic. The hacking drone is under attack. Keep it safe so it can work. We need some pest control on the hacking drone. Again.
And there you have it. A nice, easy, smooth defense of the hacking drone. And now that both power stations have been hacked, it's time to make our way back to the data vault, following the power lines all the way to do the final stage, the boss stage. First you need to lower the vault shield, and you'll see as one of my teammates goes and does it. It's just right there on the left, as I fail quite epically to hack this patrol drone. Always take advantage of them if you can, they'll basically just be a free assistance, and it's always handy to have that, especially for this last section, which is secure the data rack, and you've got to defeat the Caretaker to access the vault.
Force field is down.
And
Locate the Caretaker.
this fight is pretty straightforward, but it can get real hectic. You'll notice at the corners at the top, they will open up.
Supplies are on the way.
You'll need to defeat them to lower the shield, which will then force the Caretaker to open his eyes, so to speak, as little round portals. Just about halfway down, there's one on each side, and it'll be random which one's open. It's always good to I like finding a nice spot, either high up, or at least something I can some terrain I can at least hide behind to get away from the arms and other patrol drones that may be lurking. Once all 4 shield corners are down, you'll see the eye, so to speak, opens up on a random side, and that's how you do damage to the Caretaker. I will leave you with the rest of the fight so you can see how we approach this. We do try and bring in a supply drop here, but I've noticed my teammates have already done that. It's always good to call in all the supply drops you can before the fight starts. Luckily my teammates are ahead of me in this regard, so whenever you need to resupply, it is just there for you. Don't get too greedy with them, they're there for everyone, so just take what you need. Don't get greedy, you don't want to fail because the wrong person has run out of ammo at the wrong time. So I'll leave you with the rest of this fight, and you can see how crazy it can get, but how you get through it.
Your last warp turret.
once the Caretaker has been defeated, the data vault will open and you'll be able to get yourself the data rack, which is what you were after. After that, it's just a case of bringing in the drop pod and making your way home. And this is potentially the next most difficult part of Deep Rock Galactic, and that's finding the drop pod. Fortunately though, I've got a driller on my team, and it's just a case of follow the driller as they drill a hole all the way to the drop pod, deposit anything you've got, and then it's back home for a nice brew. And that's it, the Industrial Sabotage mission. So, I hope this is helpful to you. I just want to say diolch and thank you for watching.